Welcome to Live, Let Thrive, a podcast about the Airbnb life, the share economy, and everything in between. Here are your hosts, Myka and Steve.
Hello. Welcome back
to another exciting episode of Live, Let
Thrive. That's like a new thing we're starting, huh?
Yeah.
So we're trying it again. We started recording a second ago, and I don't know, the thing was doing some weird stuff. But so this is a second take, you know. We did only about 60 minutes. We had to start over. I'm just kidding. So this is Live, Let Thrive. Podcast about the Airbnb life and share economy, all that entails. Mostly Airbnb, but you know we talk about all kinds of things, even VRBO. And and we're on episode 20. I can't believe it, man. We're 20.
We are moving. We're almost old enough to drink.
Almost.
Yeah, man. Speaking of VRBO, I got some big news about that. In the coming episode here.
All right. You want to do it right now, or?
Well, first off, we gotta say we're in the new podcastle.
I like that. I'm glad we did a second take because he wasn't so clever on the first take.
Nah.
Yeah, this is we just bought a house. So we've been talking about it on the previous episodes, but we just bought a house, closed on it a week ago, and so we've been moving in. So stuff's everywhere. I told you everybody listening here knows the joys of moving. It's the worst. I mean, if there's a hell, I think that's what it is. You just have to keep moving nonstop every day. You know, that's hell.
Yeah, so we're recording in the new podcastle, sipping tea and looking at the Cowboy Stadium.
I forgot my tea, man. It's over at the other house, the Hurst house. The Hurst Art House is what's going to be. I'll dig more into that. We're right up from the stadiums. You could throw a rock and hit Jerry Jones, a multi-billion-dollar stadium from here. Maybe not. I mean, if you could really throw a rock, but we're close, man. We're right up the way, and I think this is gonna be a really good Airbnb. This one right here. It's gonna be my cash cow.
Yeah, this is gonna be a hit. We were right by the stadium. I actually used to rent out apartments right around the corner from here, so. Yeah, this is going to be the spot, man.
Was that before Airbnb?
Yeah, this is before my Airbnb life.
Otherwise, you'd have been subleasing like a mug.
Yeah. We got some big subleasing info coming soon, too. It's really been a busy week. Busy 2 weeks for both of us. You've been moving. I've been hustling and bustling, man. Tired.
Yeah.
Tired, yeah. But
so, I mean, with work or with Airbnb stuff, too? Or
both, man. I've had some guests from hell. My house.
Is that what the storing stuff in your garage was about? Or?
Yeah, man. Like this dude was using my garage to hold his lawnmower and shit. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. We didn't mean to cuss. Bleep that.
It slips out every day.
So I'm like, what in the world? Then his mom bleached our rugs on accident. Spilt bleach on our rugs.
What the heck? What are they doing with bleach in your house?
I guess. They were staying more than 5 days, so they could use the washing machine. I didn't know she knows.
I see.
Well, the problem with this whole guest was this. Okay, her daughter booked with us to stay, right?
Yeah.
And then, cool, she stayed a couple days. And then, next few days, she's like, hey, after I check out, can I give my mom and my brother the room?
Mm-hmm.
And I just book or whatever, and they give them the room. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. So we didn't know she was going to keep booking for them, so everything's under her name.
Oh.
So, the second time, we left him a pretty good review. First time, we left him a really good review. Second time, we left him a pretty good review. Third time, we just had to leave him a bad review. It wasn't really bad, but we left him 3 stars because she used up all our washing stuff.
No.
Yeah, I hate to say this. They keep telling us, this is why I don't want to be a landlord. They kept telling us, we're waiting on our apartment, so we're going to keep booking or whatever. But so what they would do is the day before it was time for checkout, it would always be on a Wednesday because she gets paid Thursday. So she would have her daughter rebook the room. So this time I guess the room wasn't available because someone had already booked it.
Yeah.
I guess she thought we were kicking her out, so she came with this story hey, was I too junky and all this? We're no, someone just booked the room, so turned really weird the last day, and she started like sharing information that I didn't really want to know to me and my wife. So yeah,
can you dive into that?
Not on the podcast, man.
It's pretty rough.
It was some information that was kind of personal. And like, what the hell do you think? Like,
your guidance counselor or your therapist or something?
Well, she's under suspicion of being a stripper, so stuff like that can go. Yeah. So it got kind of weird the last day. So that's what I've been dealing with. Yeah, man. And James Carlson made a good point. He said when you price low, even if it is a private room, you're gonna attract different type of people, and we finally got the different type of people. So
yeah, you've been humming along pretty good for a while there.
Yeah, we've been moving. It's just those guests, man, we're happy they're gone.
3 stars for you.
Yeah, 3 stars.
Well, that's good. One thing that you put on the show notes, on the pre-notes or whatever, the notes was that the other James, what's his name? Fan. Yeah, what's his name? Yeah, he's a fan of the show, and he was on the show. He's a great dude. Yeah. And so he's gonna be your first landlord. What does that mean?
So he was talking actually at a meetup. Me, Steve, we hold Arlington Airbnb meetups. By the way, if you haven't join up, and so you can meet us. So we had a meetup, and James came, and we were just talking, shooting it back and forth, and he's like, well, I wouldn't care if you Airbnb, because he's not really a big fan of Airbnb. He'll do it, but he did it for college or whatever.
Pay for his college, yeah.
Yeah, so he was like, I don't care. You could take my place in Airbnb out as long as I get rent. You know what I mean? Plus, I'm kind of already used to doing it and whatever. He's like, I don't care if you do it. You know what I'm saying? So I was like,
which place is that?
I don't know, because he has a few of them.
Okay.
I think a fourplex.
He has some in the hood, right? In the war zones.
Yeah, so I don't know if we want to do those, but he said he wouldn't care. I was like, so I could just come use it and Airbnb it out? He's like, I don't care. So I was like, okay. And he goes, so next time I have a vacancy, I'll call you.
Sweet.
Yeah, so.
Making some connections.
Possibly my first landlord.
Yeah. And he's removed dead bodies from yards, so he's seen it all.
Yeah,
maybe not him personally, but
I don't know if that'd be a good Airbnb. But
yeah. Like the one I told you. Hey, come have an adventure in the hood. That was an actual Airbnb.
It's a few apps I've been learning about, like Evolve and Loftium.
Okay.
So Loftium, I think we may have talked about them before. What they'll do is they'll give you the down payment for a house, as long as you Airbnb it out.
I heard Jasper talk to that person.
He did?
He talks to that lady that invented it. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Really?
It was a good show. So they give you the down payment to buy a house, and you pay him back by promising to rent
Airbnb
a room out for a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
And that's awesome, dude.
I heard it could be up to like 36 months of them renting it out, then it's completely yours. But I'm like, that ain't bad.
Right.
And they're only taking a percentage of the Airbnb.
And they're starting it in the Seattle area, I believe, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to spread. We'll see how the laws and stuff.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there aren't any strict laws. Most places allow you to Airbnb as long as you live on the premises.
Well, the other thing to get around is just like when I was buying this house.
Yeah.
My parents or my rich uncle couldn't say, hey, I'm gonna give you here's $20,000 to help you buy the house. You can't really do that unless you're gonna have to put them on the lease and all kinds of stuff. You know, you know what I'm saying? So I can't. So you have to account for every single penny that goes in and out of your checking account before you buy a house and all that stuff. Yeah. So I don't know how that'll work in different states. Maybe Seattle's having a big problem with people being able to buy houses, being able to afford them. So I'm sure they'll kind of help. That would be good over there, you know. But I don't know about other states how they let them do that.
That's a good point. That's a really good point.
Because what if they stop Airbnb, and what is that company going to do? They're going to put a lien on your house, or I don't know.
That's a good question though, because I was looking into it, and that's a really good question. It's like, okay, what if I stop Airbnb in it? Are you gonna, or maybe it's like an agreement for the money back? Like, let's say you stop Airbnb and you got to pay them some other way.
So you just owe them like you owe like some other credit card you didn't want to pay anymore, right?
Exactly.
They'll be out of their money.
Question,
So I don't know. It's a good idea. You know?
It'll get some people into some houses. Definitely.
Yeah. So we bought this house right here in Arlington, and I already owned a house in Arlington. I'm doing the long-term rental thing, and it's going smoother. They've been paying on time ever since I did that Chase bank account. Remember?
Okay.
I opened that Chase bank account across the street from her bank account, and so that she's been paying on time every time. And so we bought a house in Hurst last year, exactly like a year to the date. You know, we bought the Hurst house, and then our plan was to house hack and accumulate a few houses and sit pretty, and so we just bought this one, and immediately I was thinking of all the possibilities about putting a camper out back and all the stuff and Airbnb here, but you got me thinking, because I was planning on just long-term renting the Hurst house, right? And you and Mahogany were saying, no, this would be a good Airbnb. I was like, well, it's kind of Hurst. Who's going to come to Hurst? And but the more I listen to these Airbnb podcasts, and people are talking about they don't have to be in New York City. They don't have to be in San Francisco. You can be in surrounding areas of big cities. I mean, our big city is Dallas, of course, and Fort Worth. And you can be in surrounding areas, and you can still do good on Airbnb. And so that's given me, encouragement. But one thing that keeps coming up, it have to be kind of like unique, something different, something cool. And man, because I've done art all my life. And I love art. I love music, stuff like that. I used to throw art shows, I told you, and I mentioned on previous shows. And I wanted to incorporate that into my Airbnb somehow. And I was just, man, I've been like this last week, been cleaning and getting rid of stuff and getting the house ready, and it's just been a beat down. And I sat there in the front room of my house where we used to do our podcast. It's like a miniature. It's like a smaller living room. Then we got a big one in the back. And I was just sitting there after I cleaned everything out, and it looked so spacious, right? And it looked so sparse. And I was like, wow, this looks kind of cool like this. I have this one little love seat in there, but I was thinking I would love to just put art all throughout these walls here, and I want to make this house the art house. But then I was thinking, it just occurred to me, and you've heard of Cadillac Ranch. You've heard of that, where you drive out to West Texas. There's these Cadillacs stuck into the ground, right? You can go spray them, and it's like a living piece of art because it's always changing. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, what if I incorporate that idea into my Airbnb?
Spray paint your
not
house?
On my wall. No. Don't get ahead of yourself. But I was thinking of just putting canvases, empty canvases, white canvases throughout the house, all the rooms, everywhere, keeping it sparse. I have furniture and stuff, and have a TV and stuff, but keeping it sparse, but keeping all these canvases, and then having like putting these little like pen holders or marker holders on the wall, and just have all these different colored markers in each room, and people that come visit, they can do whatever they want on those canvases, with these markers. And it just keeps changing and evolving. The guests are the artists. Yeah. And people who rent it out, can have the little art get-togethers or whatever. Like, people can rent it like liquid space style, kind of thing. Just make it like an artsy house. Because I had a decision to make. Well, I was like, okay, if I want to really make some good money on this Airbnb, I might have to go higher end. But man, it's going to cost some money. And I'm over here getting the new house, and I was thinking, well, what if I just look at it a different way, a different angle, and a different light? And I was like, I can go keep it like cool, simple, minimalistic house with cool art all over the walls. And that's a lot cheaper. And I think it's kind of cool. It's kind of like the dude that built the tree houses, Yeah. He don't have big screen TVs and every freaking, he don't even have technology, but it's just something cool, something different. And I was going to call it something like the Hurst Art House, or Art House Hurst, or something catchy. Art House would work. Yeah, and just people will come here, and it's right between Dallas and Fort Worth. And of course, not too far from the stadiums either. It's 30 minutes from everywhere. Yeah. And so people can come to town, and they can stay at some cool place that's different, And I don't know. It just crossed my mind while I was sitting there, like my back and feet hurting from cleaning all day. And I just sat there and was like, wow, this would be a cool idea.
Yeah,
so,
that would actually be really tight, man. Because you're incorporating something different. That's like a guest, one of our listeners, he's been texting me, and he said his question was, is Airbnb about the location or the sizzle? And when he said by sizzle, he was like by the marketing and advertisement. I haven't responded back to him, but the answer is it's both. If you can have the location and like something different. Like look at the treehouse. This is in Atlanta. Of course, Atlanta drives in people, but then also the treehouse is something different and how he advertises it. Then Airbnb noticed he's getting attention, so they're using it and advertised it for him. I think that you're onto something big with the Art House, man.
The Art House. Yeah.
And hope no one takes your idea.
See, this is the share economy, man. If someone hears this and they do it, I mean, it's not going to be like, it's not, I don't see it as a direct competition thing. If anything, if it spreads, these little art houses pop up, I'll be happy. Yeah. I'll be contributing to something, people getting more experiences, become closer to art, because art is changed. I don't know, I get all deep and philosophical, but people get together, they go see some beautiful art, hear some good music. You know, I'm going to leave some guitars there that I have, some, you know, some acoustic guitars, nothing like $1,000 guitar or nothing. At least some acoustic guitars. Artists can hop in and rent it with their friends, and they can play some music, you know, and low key. Have a piano there too. And we'll have the art thing going on. I think it'd be cool. And it's just that it brings people together. Art and music, you know, it inspires, it brings people together. I'm sick of Facebook because all the freaking hate and vitriol, no matter what goes on, what incident, a freaking hurricane. Oh, there's a left side and a right side of the freaking hurricane. Oh, that's like they just people fighting. And then the dang murders that took place and those people in Las Vegas and people are fighting about that, you know. It's not the guns and this and that. It's just like everything is like they taking it personal instead of like people just lost their lives, people coming together. It's Facebook is just really pissing me off lately. You know, I don't hardly ever put anything on there because I don't want to get into that. Yeah. But art and music and stuff like that brings people together. So if it does, people, steal the idea, borrow the idea. It might be already an idea out there, but just pass it on. And these like spots, utilizing Airbnb, bringing people together, you know. I think it'd be cool. We will be patenting his idea, so if you do decide to use it, you might owe us. Yeah. There you go. Why do it for free? But yeah, that's a good idea. Because I was telling you about glampinghub.com this week, where that's pretty much all they do is different type of rentals, like glamping, tree houses. It's all types of different ways to market a space. And actually, me and my wife's going to glamp one of our upcoming rooms. We're going to glamp one. We're going to make it like, we're just going to change it up. We're going to have like how we do the tapestries. Yeah. We're going to start putting them in different places on the room, like one coming down from the ceiling. So when you look up, it feels like you're outside. Oh, so, nice. Yeah, we're just kind of Pinterest. By the way, if you want some good glamping ideas or Airbnb ideas, definitely check out Pinterest. Pinterest gave us a whole bunch of ideas last week. I need to get on there. Yeah. Pinterest got the business. That's cool, man. It's just and that's what I like about it. You know, I just and I was having we closed on the house, getting the new one. I'm going back and forth and taking stuff over, and then trying to clear stuff up at the Hurst house. And I had one of these meltdown moments, and I felt like texting you and Mahogany at the time, right? Uh-huh. And I was like, I just had one of them, screw it, I'm not gonna do Airbnb. I'm just gonna get all my crap out and long-term rental. I just was like, it was so much. I felt overwhelmed, you know. But after I calmed down, you know, I took a break, counted to 10, like Jasper told us to do. Counted to 10. And I'm okay. I'm gonna knock out this room today. You know, I'm gonna go at it and knock out this room. Got it out, and just seeing the progress, you know, that's how you gotta to me, that's how you gotta tackle projects, you know, one piece at a time. If I just start in every room, I just feel overwhelmed, you know. And so when I saw that room empty, and I just saw, you know, heard the echo, and I put a little desk in the corner. It looked so simple, looked so modern art, you know. And I was like, okay, I can do this. I'm gonna do this, and it's gonna be great because I get to use my artistic skills or whatever, my eye to make this house cool. Yeah. And another thing, another thing. It might be she might have made me some strong coffee, my wife. But the lowrider beds.
Which ones?
I texted you like about a week ago. I was like, hey man, I'm gonna get some beds, probably some queens, a queen for each room, right? Mm-hmm. And I was like, I've always had lowrider bed. I've always just put the bed right on the floor. I said, it's cool to do that. I don't need to get those dang rails, right? And you're like, no, dog, you gotta get the.
You gotta kind of change it up because you want to attract people. And if they see it sitting on the floor, they're like, "What's going on here?"
But I was thinking the box springs and then the mattress on top of that, like that, and without the rails. And I've always done it like that. I've never used prop the bed way high up.
Just get a bed frame.
Yeah, not even that. It's
I don't know how that would work, man.
Okay, if I was just making like a formal, like a nicer house, Airbnb, I would prop it up to whatever, like put it on rails. Was it called rails? The bottom, the bed frame. Yeah. I'm sorry. And but I'm thinking if my house is gonna be this different, minimalist, artsy kind of cool, hip house. Yeah. I don't think that. I mean, I think my target market wouldn't mind something like that as much as like a family and their kids want to travel somewhere and want to stay at a Holiday Inn type bed and blah blah blah. I think they'd be cool with something just whatever, chill. Hey, there's the bed in the corner. It's a nice bed, but I don't know. It
depends on if that's who you're targeting, but. Right. With you targeting like people, because you're targeting an art group, right? So your target's going to be younger, correct?
I guess that's the thing. There's art lovers from all walks of life. So I don't know. It's just like a crowd that doesn't have to have everything like Better Homes and Gardens kind of thing. Yeah. It's not going to be a Better Homes and Gardens type of house. I'm not going to go that route. I'm going to go the other route, the more modern route.
See how it would do. And then you have to, because a girl on not Facebook, but Bigger Pockets, she gave me a whole bunch of list of things that she does to market her Airbnb, things that I don't even do. Like she finds out where all her people are coming from, like if they're coming from a specific area of the United States, how old are they, things like that. Also, what that does is you can kind of gauge, okay, are these people going to be throwing parties? What are these people doing? What age group? You know what I mean? So I would try it, see what kind of reviews you get on it. If you start getting low reviews, of course, you change it. But just try it out, Because I always tell people, that's how I got into Airbnb. Me and my wife were like, okay, we got a spot. Let's just try something. And it turned into a hit. And now we have our niche in it, and we just keep on going.
So what is y'all's niche?
Our niche? Yeah. Pretty much. Our niche is, we do modern. We do the whole modern thing. We do. We don't really do. We were thinking about the glamping thing is going to be new. That we're going to try that. We're going to try it. We're going to try to glamp. See what that does. Because we've seen a lot of good reviews on it. Like, it's just something different. Like, my wife has this little cottage thing she's going to glamp up. And I'm going to see. Hope it works out.
That's cool. And that's what, because I was asking you about, because right here at the Arlington house, right down the road from the stadiums, I have a bigger backyard. And I wanted to put a camper out back, and I told you an Airstream would be great, but those are freaking expensive. But or a nice, older school camper and fix it up, like you said, glamp it out, whatever, glamping. And so I thought about putting one in the backyard here. And so now, because I asked you about it, and you weren't really too sure how that would work and stuff. But after you've seen a few, like even Mahogany was like, whoa, I could stay in something like that. She was like, that's more my style or something. And so I think it would work. I think it would work pretty good. So I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna get me one. I already got. See, that's the thing. I was gonna ask you too. What? But I got pre-financed. Man, the banks are throwing money at everybody. Not that I have bad credit. I'm just saying I just bought a house and I called my credit union up. Hey, do y'all finance campers and RVs? Yeah, recreational vehicles. And they just ran my numbers. Okay, yeah, how much do you want to spend? I was like, well, put it for $15,000 just in case. I want to spend lower. I'd love to get one for anywhere from the 5 to 9 range. $5K to $9K. And but I got and they just ran the numbers. Okay, you're pre-approved, and it'll be like just like kind of like buying a car kind of thing. And I was like, dang, they finance these.
What credit union do you use?
American Airlines Federal Credit Union. Not because I work at American,
They let me get an account?
I don't know. I think you might have to be an employee, or I don't know. I could ask them. I think they opened it up to a lot more people. That out. Yeah, but any banks and credit unions, they finance those things.
Yeah, I use banks, but I want to get a good credit union. They finance a little quicker. Okay. Yeah, so the glamping thing. Yeah, with the RV, you kept asking me, and I'm like, I don't really know that market. You know what I mean? I tried to go find that market, and then that's when I found out about Glamping Hub. And I was like, oh, people do that. Yeah. Also, you would consider listing it on glampinghub.com, too.
Okay, I see. I guess that's like an Airbnb for RVs. Is that what it is?
No, it's an Airbnb for anything different, like the tree houses, teepees, recreational vehicles. Yeah, check out glampinghub.com. Like if you're the type of person that likes different outdoors, like there's some spots you like literally sleeping outdoors and doors. Like I seen one tree house. This lady's like literally outside, and they got this like big huge tent thing over this tree house. It was pretty tight. So
oh wow,
yeah,
that's cool. Put a teepee out back.
Yeah. The guy with the teepee, he does pretty well too. I actually like to interview him. The dude, you seen the dude with the teepee he has a teepee on a balcony, like on a patio.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it has a full-blown bed in there. It's pretty tight.
We should hit him up. We already interviewed Peter, the treehouse guy. That was a great interview, a different kind of interview. And so, yeah, man, there's people out here doing different things and making good money at it, but doing something that they're passionate about. And that's, I'm passionate about art. And what are your passions, man? You love sports, right?
Yeah. And I was actually talking to my wife about making the upstairs a sports theme, which she was against. But no, I'm thinking about it because, I mean, if you have something different, like your own niche, I think that drives people to you. Because whenever you're doing, like the Peter with the treehouse, it was his passion.
Right.
And that's what people love about it. It's his passion. You know what I mean? I'm passionate about sports. You know what I mean? So I'm definitely thinking about doing something like that.
Okay. And one thing we've been having some issues today, but we recorded this cool segment and it just kind of vanished into the Pro Tools ether. I don't know, somewhere. And this thing called Evolve you're talking about. Yeah. What is that, and what do you plan on doing with Evolve?
Yeah, Evolve pretty much is a vacation rental management company. So they take 10% of your earnings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hand over all my timeshare units to them. I think that's like 100 plus units to them and let them manage it pretty much. And they'll just take 10%. That gives me more time to focus on acquiring more properties, things like that. I want to move my Airbnb into passive income. Because a lot of people, that's a big question a lot of people have. They go, is Airbnb truly passive income? At first, it's not. It's hard work. Anything you do, it's got to be hard work at first. But you can move it into passive income with things like Evolve, and there's another one out there. Beyond Pricing helps, but you're still hands-on with that. It's another one out there. It'll come to me in a second.
Yeah, and like when you say that, it is hands-on at first. And I've been... Okay, everybody knows that moving sucks. I mentioned that earlier. Okay, but at least for most people, it's a simple goal. Okay, we got the new house. We're going to grab all the crap out of the old house and go from point A to point B, and you're done. Clean it, give it a good once over, and boom, you're out of there, right? But a lot of people don't even clean. They just leave it like that.
Yeah.
But anyways, if I'm moving out of a house, I'm gonna clean it. The very least, clean it. And the people we bought this one house, thank goodness they had it clean. when we got here, it was really nice shape. And so imagine, most people, it's really stressful moving, getting everything together, but once you're done, you're done. Me, I've been doing, getting stuff out of the house. Plus, I've been setting up my the Airbnb in Hurst, because that's gonna be the Hurst Art House, and so imagine doing these two things. And did you do this something? Oh, you didn't. No, you already lived in the house, and then you Airbnb'd out the rooms, right?
Yeah.
You didn't. It wasn't like you were setting up an Airbnb from day one, trying to do that kind of thing. So
that was my condo I did.
Okay, so it was okay.
Very similar.
Okay, but it was a 1-bedroom condo.
Yeah.
So
Very
I mean,
small
it's still. I mean, it was still. I could imagine it being stressful, but not. I guess maybe not as stressful as trying to do a whole 3-bedroom house with a front yard, backyard, garage, and everything. Which is what I'm.
The thing about it is, it was stressful, but now it's like no stress at all because I have my niche down. We're good at it.
Right,
right. Me and Mahogany can furnish up a place 3 bedrooms. We can furnish that for under $3,000.
Yeah.
Because anything you keep doing repetitive process, you're going to be better at it.
Yeah.
At this point, we can furnish up an Airbnb, have it up listed, ready to go.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And that's what when I was having my frustration moment, when I was going to text you, screw this, I'm done, I'm out of here. I was just thinking, and once it started moving along better and I saw progress in each room and it's looking nicer, and I was thinking, okay, this is all fine and good. I'm using a whole week of vacation and I'm freaking busting my ass every day. But I got to do this. No one else is going to set it up like I think I want to set it up. But that's what being a business owner, like you're saying, or is it business owner and then investor? That's
business owner.
That's the top one. How would I look at it from this angle? And maybe there's not something out there yet. There's people, consultants, and this and that, but there's not something out there yet. Like maybe something like what Mahogany, what she wants to do. Here, give her your corporate card. Here you go. She shows you her plan, and all right. Go tackle it. I'm going to get all my crap out of there, and you do what you got to do, set it up for me, and get it running, because I don't want to touch anything, know? And there's going to be a market for that, I think. Yeah,
and me and Mahogany are getting into that market. We're definitely on our way into that market, because Mahogany's real big on that, because she can set it up, boom, boom. She's already done, 3 or 4 people's Airbnbs, and they're moving. She did her friend that lives down the street, she saw what we were doing. She's like, whoa, would this work at my house? And she's like, yeah. She set up their rooms. They did one room, started hitting right off the bat. Mahogany set it up. Then they're like, hey, will this next room work? They kind of got like us. So, yeah, Mahogany set it up for them. But, yeah, the market's coming, and it's coming fast. And they always say if you want to be good in business, you got to be the first one in, first one out. First one in, you're going to learn everything. And then the next people coming in, you're going to sell them what you learned. That's pretty much how it works. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Yeah, because like when you go to a real estate investor meeting, those people have already learned what they're going to learn. They're just going to sell it back to you, what they've learned. Because they're business owners now. Yeah. So they sell it back to you. You know what I mean? And that's pretty much where we're going. You know what I mean?
So she could move into something like that she loves to do, and it would be her job, right? Yeah. It would be her job, but something that she loves doing.
Not a job if you love it.
Yeah, exactly. If you love what you're doing for money or in life, then you'll never work a day in your life or something like that.
Yeah.
Something pithy like that. But that's cool. And I thought about that. I was like, I wonder if there's someone that could come in and do this for me. But I have this idea, and I want to set it up like I want to set it up, and I don't think anyone else could do it. Once I get it up and running and going, and I could give people examples in the future. Hey, this is my art house. Yeah. This house, I want to jump out of this one, and then something similar. Give me your ideas, and if we're on the same page, I'll give them the keys. Here you go, handle up. Even up. All the way into hire the movers to get the crowd. I mean, everything. And that's what you want to be. You want to be hands off so you can be thinking more big picture, right?
Exactly.
And that's what I like to listen to, a balance of podcasts. I listen to the Airbnb ones, but I also listen to the big picture real estate ones too, just to, you got to grow. You can't be stuck. I can't be stuck cleaning a house all week, every week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Like today, Mahogany, we've been using our cleaner, but from across the street. But she's been kind of busy because she's not only babysitting my son, but the neighbor next to us. She's now babysitting 2 kids, so it's hard for her to come clean the rooms once somebody checks out. So what we're doing is Mahogany ended up finding another cleaner, and it's crazy how networking works. So we told you last week that Mahogany found a lady who's going to clean our comforters for like $10 every time.
Oh,
so
nice.
The good thing is she talked to the lady again. She was like, yeah, now we're looking for a cleaner. She's like, oh, the people who clean the comforters, they also are a cleaning company. I'm like, dang. So she's like, okay, yeah, we'll come clean. So my wife's like, well, we only charge $20 a room. She's like, oh, they'll take it. So I'm like, oh, okay. So we got new cleaners. So
$20 a room.
Yeah, $20 a room, $60 for the whole upstairs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they can clean my place too, and Hurst maybe.
They probably would.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't know the price. They might do it.
They'll do the whole house. It'll be worth a trip out there if they're going to do a whole house, right?
Yeah, if they're going to do the whole house, yeah.
Yeah, so they charge more, but...
Also, we got the new remote lockup. By the way, that remote lock 5i is the best lock ever. It's better than the Schlage because it connects to your Wi-Fi. So, like, when I'm at work and I get a reservation, I can just set the code right from my desk. And it kind of keeps me hands off. Yeah.
I love it.
And then I get an alert as soon as they as soon as they use their code. I can set up the alert to be the first time they access it or every time they go in and out. Yeah. So yeah, it's the Remote Lock 5i, remotelock.com. All you need is Wi-Fi in your house. Connect the lock to the Wi-Fi. Oh my God, it was hell setting it up. But once I figured it out, I'm a technology person. So once I set it up, it was good to go, man. Yeah, that remote lock is, if you have off-site rentals or rentals that you manage remotely, get the Remote Lock 5i. Yeah.
Nice. And we're not getting paid to say that either.
Yeah, we're not getting paid to say that.
But if y'all want to throw some money.
remotelock.com, hit us up. We will definitely be advertising for you for a nice little piece of change.
I am currently in keys hell right now.
Really?
In keychain hell. Yeah. I got to this house, right?
Uh-huh.
So he has, there's 3 doors that enter the house.
Yeah.
And so and each door uses 2 different keys. So day one, so he's like, this is the top key for this door, for a front door. This is the bottom key, 2 different keys. And then for the second door, here's the top key, here's the bottom key, and third door, here's the top. So automatically I get 6 freaking keys, and I already have 2 houses, right?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Like, my keychain is like this, and plus he gave me a remote entrance because in my backyard there's a gate that opens up right to the street. There's like an intersection right there, and I just pour right out into the street and go my way, and I hit the button and it closes. It's like a garage door opener kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Now I got that on my keychain, so I got both. I got keys for both cars. I got keys for all 3 houses. I got the remote, the alarm for each car. So there's 2 alarms on there. Now I got this keychain for I'm in key hell right now, and I was thinking, man, I need a coded entry. I need a coded entry, and I don't think right now we'd need that 5i if we can start off. But here's the problem. See, my front door it's a wood door. It's a fancy kind of door, and it has these glass, thick glass panels. Mm-hmm. And for that reason, he put like these locks on there. That's it locks. You have to use a key for the outside and use a key for the inside to lock the deadbolt. Because what his fear was, someone will bust out the glass, reach around, and undo the deadbolt lock and get in. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
So if I looked online, and for like a key, a coded key entry, whatever, a coded key lock. What are they called?
Remote locks.
Remote locks, whatever. A Schlage, and they all come with the thing that you turn on the back, to open. But they do actually make one that has you have to use the code on the front and the back, which is what I would need because of the glass door. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
And that's pretty expensive.
So you have a glass door here, right?
I have right here in the front door. It's mostly wood, but it's got glass like in the middle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So theoretically, they can punch out the glass, reach in there, and I don't give anybody any ideas. But
well, thing about it is, you're not going to Airbnb here, right?
Not initially. When we bounce out of here, yeah, but that'll be way down the road.
Okay. But the other house, okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying then. Yeah, you would need a double one.
Yeah, I would need the coder on both sides,
Okay.
Because on the side of the house too, that's a glass. There's the window right next to the door, so I guess they could bust out the window and unlock the door pretty easily. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
make sure you get a home alarm system, man.
Home alarm system too. Yeah, need that.
Definitely.
But yeah, that's so like, what's a good entry lock? Just someone wants to start off with a coded lock. I want to put one on my Hurst house, but you think it would be better to have?
It depends on if you're local or remote. If you're in your house, I would go Schlage Sense. If you're remote, I would go the Remote Lock 5i.
And how much are those?
The Remote Lock we spent $269. The Schlage, I think it's like $180.
Okay,
That's not bad.
that's not too bad, man.
No, you'll get that back in a month. I'm just saying, you'll get it back in a month.
And so that way you could just change the code each time. Cleaning lady does her cleaning person. It could be a dude. You never know. But
best part about it is you can set this is the coolest part about the lock. You can set when their code starts to work, and you can set when it ends. So people check into my house at 4:00. They check out whatever day at 12. So I can just set that in the code. As soon as they turn the lock at 12, they check out. They try to push in their code again. Doesn't work anymore. Yeah, that lock. I like that lock.
I'm gonna need you to help me out, bro.
Yeah, that lock is legit.
Okay, so it runs off of your internet, right?
Mm-hmm.
And is there like another piece that it has to run off of, or does it go straight to your internet?
Straight to your Wi-Fi.
Because I remember the ones you sent me a while back.
Yeah, they had that. All those ones with those hubs and crap.
Yeah,
That's
with the
just too
hub.
much crap, man.
And then plus you had to pay him $1 a month.
Yeah.
I know it's not a lot.
The one that I use, I pay them $10 a month.
5i, the 5i.
It pay them $10 a month.
Oh, why is that?
It's for their cloud management. It's like for you to log in and do everything.
Oh,
now you don't have to use that.
Okay.
Because you can set the codes on the lock, but that defeats the purpose for me to have it.
You might as well get a Schlage, right?
Yeah, you might as well get a Schlage. It defeats the purpose. So I'd pay the $10 for that. You know what I mean? Then you can manage. I can log in anytime, and I can tell you who just left my house, who just opened the door, what code they used. Yeah.
Yeah. $10. That's not bad. I mean,
yeah.
You probably made that during this whole conversation, right?
So I mean, yeah, man, it's a legit lock.
Myka's banking.
Soon. But so the VRBO Airbnb thing. I remember last week, a few weeks ago, we talked to James about it. We were talking about VRBO versus Airbnb. So what I found with VRBO is has one advantage over Airbnb. You can make more money on it. And the reason you can make more money is because you can price your property higher. And when you price your property higher, it's because the people that are on VRBO are usually older people, usually baby boomers. Like we got a dude, he booked our room. He's staying for $50 a night, staying for 2 weeks.
Oh,
so,
nice.
Yeah. So I can't be mad at it. So I see definitely the advantage of VRBO over Airbnb. Airbnb, you're gonna price it a little lower, but still most of my bookings come from Airbnb. But when I get them from VRBO, it's a nice little chunk of change. So
nice. And you know how like some cities are starting to do, you can only rent out a certain amount of days a year kind of thing?
I've seen it.
Okay, and like Amsterdam, for example, like 60 days out of the year you can rent out?
Uh-huh. I think Arlington's too Airbnb friendly.
I hope so. Yeah, I hope so.
I mean, Jerry Jones pretty much runs everything in Arlington, and he gets 2% tax on all the Airbnbs. So I'm pretty sure, and plus he ain't allowing no public transportation system. Jerry Jones is about that moolah. So 2%
of any hotel tax or whatever Airbnb goes straight into Jerry Jones' pocket?
Yep.
How did he get that deal?
They're gonna what the city would call it is the tax to pay off the stadium. Of course, once the stadium is paid off, think they're gonna take the tax off?
Oh no.
Exactly.
I think I was like in grade school when a teacher told us like, whenever the government passes a tax, even if it's for a little while to raise money for something, that tax will never go away.
Yeah, never gonna go away.
Just like the Rangers ballpark. Remember the new Rangers stadium that they're gonna build, right?
Oh,
And they said, and it says, vote yes for prop whatever, no, and new stadium with no new taxes. But because the taxes with the other one was going to expire already, but they're just going to keep them going into the new stadium.
So where are they moving the new stadium? Is it going to be in Arlington?
No, yeah, right there with right next to the old one.
Oh, cool.
Right, it's
cool.
going to be like, oh, you haven't seen the renderings and stuff?
I've seen it, but I haven't just.
It's going to be this outdoor badass concert, venue and stuff like that. With the old stadium still going to be there. And they're going to, I don't know what they're going to use it for. I think they're going to eventually demolish it. They're just saying they're going to keep it for now, whatever, because it's only 20 years old, right? It's not that old.
It's pretty new.
Yeah, and so the new stadium is going to be right there between that and the Cowboy Stadium. It's going to be this badass. It looks really awesome. Yeah. In the renderings, and so I'm excited about that. It's going to be more stuff, more concerts, more more things, more people. Yeah, I mean,
just got straight to the point now.
Yeah, exactly. More moolah for the
the
family. So and then there's people saying that they need to be more Airbnb, more hotels and stuff built and this and that. I don't know. You see,
that was my next. That was my next thing I was going to talk about with because pretty much Arlington, there's not enough hotels. That's what they're saying, right?
That's what they're saying. Yeah.
Which it's not, but. That brings opportunity for people like me and you who want to do the Airbnb thing. So, I mean, I don't think more hotels would hurt it because if eventually, they're not paying them. People are sick of paying those prices at those hotels. $280 a night with no kitchen.
Yeah.
People, yeah, exactly. People, like even the guy who wanted to give me his cowboy tickets for my room, that's the reason why he was like, oh, man, I'd rather stay here if I can get all these amenities, a full fridge, TV, all this for cheap. Yeah. So. And
that's here's the thing. And I know.
Yeah.
I don't want to dog on Arlington a little bit, but I've loved. I get along with Arlington. I don't say I love Arlington. I get along with Arlington, and because that was my first house I bought was in Arlington. And I just, hopping on, when Facebook started getting big, hopping on that, and Arlington's got its own presence on Facebook, right? And it calls itself Arlington, the Dream City. And I'm like,
wow.
And I'm like, and I was in the summertime, and I was reading this like 110 degrees here. Hey, come to Texas, people. It's all good. And I was like, really, the Dream City? And it was talking about these. They started up these. The Segway tours of Arlington, you can go to the stadiums and see. And I was like, and it showed the different times. And one of them, it started it was this is the summertime, right? Yeah. And one of them was like at 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 12 p.m., 4 p.m. I was like, and I put on their website, I wonder how popular that 4 p.m. Segway tour going through Arlington in the middle of August will be.
Oh my God. Hell no.
So they're trying to make it. And my buddy David, shout out to David Law. He used to work for the Arlington Convention Center, bringing business here and all that. So he was
Chamber of Commerce. Yeah.
He was knees deep in Arlington, elbows deep, however you want to call it. So, insert your own deep there.
Wow.
And I almost said, anyways. But he said, they're just trying to do this and that, and trying to. And bring business here and this and that, and he calls it it's Arlington's a bedroom community. Yeah. And I was like, what do you mean by that? He goes, people come here to sleep. They people work in Dallas, people work in Fort Worth, but they come here to sleep. It's not, they're trying to make it like, let's build a big downtown, let's do this, hotels. Yeah. He goes, but it's a bedroom community. Yeah. And when he would try to, round up business here, and the Super Bowl was the big event showcase for Arlington, right?
And it failed.
But it didn't even have a chance to not fail, because when they announced it, they of course, Jerry Jones is on TV. Yeah, the Super Bowl's coming here to Dallas and Dallas and Dallas. He didn't say freaking Arlington at all after they spent all this money, and that was people were fired up about that. But they put the two hosts, the areas, I guess it was Dallas and Fort Worth. The Packers were in Dallas, and the Steelers fans were in Fort Worth. And that's where and of course there was a freaking blizzard here
Man.
for that Super Bowl. But I was like, Arlington paid all this money for the stadium, and they're not gonna like make like the fans can stay here in Arlington. And I was like, man, that's kind of messed up.
Oh, you know Arlington's being gentrified right now, right? North Arlington, like right here. Have you went around the corner?
Yeah, they got a lot of stuff, man. They got a lot of stuff.
Mark my words, because I went to that real estate meetup here in Arlington a week ago, and Jabron, he pointed it out. In the next 5 to 10 years, Arlington will be the next Frisco and Plano. Meaning if you go up to North Arlington, they have a Tokyo Joe's, a Tiff Streets is here now. They just demolished all those apartments right there.
Oh, I see some condos right here, right across on Lamar.
Yeah,
badass condos.
Yeah, so they're Arlington in the next 5 to 10 years is going to be Plano and Frisco. When that new stadium drops, when that new Ranger Stadium drops, you better already have your real estate here because it's going to start booming.
Nice.
Booming. Yeah, because like me and you, we already bought, and we're going to get some more. But
we get some more.
But yeah, it's Arlington's going to be the next Plano.
We got to go in together and get another one.
Yeah, we got to get a multifamily.
Yes.
A quadplex. Fourplex.
Yeah. Or
fourplexes are hard to get though, man.
Yeah.
Like,
we'll have to make it into one, I think. Get the zoning and everything and make it into one.
I think James is going through that right now.
Is he?
Yeah. Like his triplex or fourplex is zoned at a duplex and something.
Huh.
So yeah, it's a trip. So
hopefully it is exploding. It is blowing up over here.
Yeah, because funny thing was, after DeBron said it last night when I was coming home, I had to go to Walmart, and I didn't want to drive all the way. 360 was packed like it always is, so I just hopped off the freeway, and I started driving around North Arlington. I'm like, man, what's all this stuff they're building? They're building everything all the way over there across the street from the stadium, all up and down Collins and Cooper. Man, it's coming. Arlington's. Then those new apartment buildings they're building, student housing.
Oh yeah,
that's coming. Man,
that's nice.
Arlington's. You're gonna have in a 10-mile radius. You're gonna have a college campus, football stadium, Ranger Stadium, Six Flags.
Six Flags, Hurricane Harbor.
Yeah. Like right now, Arlington is going to boom in the next 5 years.
And my wife says the convention center they host some big events there.
Yeah, and if you're in this area, if you're in North Arlington, one of your selling points can be the convention center, the Arlington Entertainment District, and another one is people forget about it. Verizon Wireless, the Verizon Wireless Theater. That's where a lot of people go. I know Beyonce had a concert there, so.
Oh, cool,
yeah,
cool.
Bring in Beyonce, you're gonna bring in some travelers, man.
Freaking. Yeah, big time artist. What's his name? One of the Beatles was there.
Really?
Paul McCartney. Yeah, Cowboy Stadium. A freaking Beatle played here, man.
Oh yeah,
that's crazy.
You're gonna get it, man.
And what my wife, she came over here a minute ago and brought me some coffee. She's a sweetheart.
What'd she write down?
She wrote down because we were saying, more money for us. All the stuff coming here, and she goes, and more money for my beauty salon in the house. And yes. I think that's a good idea, something to touch on because, we bought one of the main reasons we bought this house was because the back add-on room.
Yeah.
It's perfect for her for beauty salon, right? Because she does beauty. And somehow adding that on as like as another reason for people to rent here, right? To rent the Glamper or whatever. They can have they can have like a nice spa package for just a little bit more, So get my wife involved, and she's all about the entrepreneurialism, making money, just like your wife, man. This is peas in a pod. Oh, and what was I gonna say? I was gonna mention real quick. I'd have to go back in time, but we're kind of flowing and stuff. Yeah. But I ended up. Oh, you told me about Marketplace, right?
Yeah.
Facebook Marketplace. And getting a lot of stuff off of there. I've been hitting it up lately, and there's some good deals, and then it's kind of turning in like I think it might be surpassing Craigslist already.
Oh yeah,
easily. And the frustration part of Craigslist is already there too, because I found some good things, and then I'll be like, all right, we agree upon a price. I schedule, okay, I'll be there at whatever time. And then the same, like the Craigslist crap, they don't answer, they stop answering, or they give like a little excuse. And I'm like, hey, I can't get a hold of you. What's up? Next thing you know, you see it sold on there. I'm like, that's the frustrating crap. If there was a way, because that, I mean,
to agree upon the price,
to agree upon the price where it's set, where like I don't know, there'd have to be some kind of app to a third party thing. All right, we agree upon, it puts a hold on the ad where they can't go and I don't know how it would work, but there's a need for it. There's so many people buying stuff off Marketplace and Craigslist and offer up stuff like that, but there's always that problem.
What you could do is kind of make it like an Airbnb type. You can't share your phone number or your personal information until you guys agree upon the price. When you agree upon that price, you say like, hey, pre-approve this price. The other person accepts the price. They can no longer sell it. And then you come and pick it up. Boom, it's yours. Then it's marked as sold.
Yeah, but is there still a way they can get around that? Would there be a way to get around that? Where they just say, no, don't come over no more. And then they sell it to someone else on another, like they have it listed on all the other spots. You know what I'm saying?
That's the only thing. Yeah. I mean, I haven't had to deal with it quite yet. But also, what I do is I set up alerts on what I want. So, like, as soon as they post it, I'm the first one in. Like, hey, I'll give you this price. They'll say, okay, cool. Because really the biggest thing is they just don't want to wait around for someone. So, if you're the first one in, first one out, boom. That's how I got that TV for $200, 55-inch TV for $200.
Nice.
First one in, he's like, when can you get it? I'm like, I'm around the corner. I can get it now. He's like, oh, come get it. Sold it. He can easily sold that TV for $300-$400.
Right.
But I was the first one in.
I'm getting 2 queen beds tomorrow. Really? Because it was from the marketplace. Yeah. Of course, someone put on there, brand new beds in plastic and it said $50, queens, twins, kings, and whatever. And I was like, oh, $50, give me 2 kings then. I was joking around. They're like, haha, you're kind of like, you made me laugh just now. They're like, twins are the $50 ones. And I was like, okay, how much are the prices for the other ones? Mm-hmm. And then the lady told me for a queen size set, you get the queen bed with a 4-inch pillow top. Mm-hmm. Whoever thought we were going to be talking about beds and pillow?
People need to know this.
I know people need to know this, but I just had a moment of like, wow, I didn't think I'd ever be talking about furniture in my life. Yeah. But anyway, so the 4-inch pillow top queen bed with the box spring for $150. And so I was like, brand new too. Yep. And people that are selling these beds, people are proud of their freaking used beds, man. I don't know what the deal is. A lot of people trying to sell them for a lot of money. But I was like, shoot, 2 brand new beds. I'll go over there, $300, and that's all I need. That's the only pieces I need in my Airbnb. Yeah. Maybe a little dresser or whatever. Something. People don't need a full dresser, I wouldn't think, to put all, I have a closet. They can hang stuff, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think people need a huge, big, full dresser. Anyways, I'll have the beds, both of them for queen beds for $300. And that was from the marketplace. She wasn't selling one thing. She was kind of a business, but even there's businesses on there too,
Yeah. It's the thing. I found a full-blown living room furniture set for $400, leather everything. So people get on Facebook. Oh, did I say this about Facebook Marketplace the last time? We're telling you about it, but I just realized too, Facebook Marketplace might not work for your area depending on what kind of area you're in. If you're in a not metro area, kind of like we are in DFW, you might have a smaller target. You might have to set your radius to a wider radius. Because here we can set our radius to 50 miles and find whatever we need. You know what I mean? Because it's the 3rd largest metroplex in the United States with DFW. So we can find what we want. You know what I mean? So I forgot when I was telling people that. They're like, oh, some people, one guy, I think he said, yeah, Facebook Marketplace doesn't work for me. But he's in a small town. I'm like, oh, yeah, it ain't going to work. So definitely.
People are hustling on this marketplace too.
Oh,
because if you click on this, just a normal looking person, they got, I'm selling my bed, whatever, and you click on it, and they got all these other items for sale too. I'm like, dang, people running furniture stores out of their houses on marketplace, dude.
That's how when I bought that refrigerator, that's what he was. He was having a garage sale, but he had other stuff he was just selling and getting rid of. He just posted it on there. Yeah, man, actually, that's another thing with garage sales. instead of having a garage sale, which you can have a garage sale, but you can post all your stuff on Facebook Marketplace and just have them come to you. That's what he was doing. So then one time you get there, you see, hey, man, I need this. And he was like, hey, I'll sell it to you for this much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he's throwing you deals to get it out of there.
Sweet.
So, yeah, man. It has its perks.
Cool. It's cool so far, but it's a little bit Craigslisty and has its bugs. And I was thinking there has to be some way to one thing I thought of to help the people selling, because people selling too, they have to deal with a lot of fickle people saying, oh yeah, I'm gonna pick it up today. I'll pick it up. You never hear from those people, right? Mm-hmm. And that's happened to me when I was trying to sell stuff on Craigslist before, back in the day. And if there was a third-party app that'll say, okay, they agreed upon this price, he's agreeing to buy it, boom, it links into that dude's GPS. So you see that he is actually on his way to your place to pick up this thing, right?
Yeah.
So he's not BSing. He's not just chilling out wherever. It locks it in, and I could look at my phone. Okay, he's on it. Maybe here. Just kind of like Uber. You could tell when the Uber driver's going to get there. Yep. It's going to be the same thing. He'll be here in a few minutes. Boom, 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 and make the transaction. That's it. If there was a tracker app. I don't know what the.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
But there's got to be a better. That's the only. There's still, there's bugs in the system, and it's the fickle people and people that ain't lying, that are lying to you and still trying to, just lying, straight up lying, saying I'll sell it to you, and then they sell it to someone else for more. Because I hate that.
That's how it works, man.
But it's karma. That'll come back to them. Whatever. Yeah. It just makes transactions more difficult.
Yeah.
But yeah, so cool.
But
someone.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was saying.
Something you wrote we haven't even looked at the notes, have we? Or you've been looking?
I've been looking, but it was something. So a lot of people have been hitting me up. Like, when I hit me up, but it turned into a really big forum topic on Bigger Pockets. It was me. James Carlson was on there, our last guest. His wife. A guy was asking about subletting to people's spots. And it's starting to become a big thing. And then I also found out on Bigger Pockets, it's this new app out called Sublet Scan. And it's for like people who sublet their places. They're going to start cracking down on it. This dude, whatever asshole he is, excuse my language, bleep that. He created an app. And what it does is you can go type in your property address and you can see if it's being subletted. It'll go search Airbnb, everything, all the sites out there to find your place and if it's being subletted. Yeah, I ain't going to lie. It was a smart business move, though. Really smart business move.
Oh, yeah. Apartment complex is going to be paying this guy. All kinds of people will be paying this guy.
Yeah, it's about to be. They're going to crack down on him.
Jeez.
I was like, dang, that was smart, though. He's going to get paid for that.
paid for being a snitch.
Yeah.
And I always think of that when, at work, when I see supervisors or managers or whatever, mm-hmm. and I'm thinking, man, growing up as a kid, I'm getting off topic here, kind of a little bit on topic. Growing up as a kid, like I said, you're taught all your life, don't be a tattletale, don't be a tattletale. All your teachers, if something happens, something went down on the playground, I don't want to hear a tattletale, don't be a tattletale, no one likes a tattletale, blah, blah. When you grow up, you graduate, high school or college, you get into the workforce, then they start throwing more money at you to be a freaking paid tattletale, man. I'm like, isn't this some messed up stuff, right?
That's exactly
I see these
how it
supervisors walking around, looking at us and watching it, and then they're gonna go tattletale to the manager. I'm like, you're a freaking paid tattletale, lowest form of life on this freaking planet. I'm sorry, I just got.
Oh, you know what? Cat Williams made a joke about that. I think he was talking about Martha Stewart and Lil' Kim. He goes, people, they're getting mad at Martha Stewart for having a hookup. I guess because, she went to jail for the tox.
For the insider trading.
Yeah, and then he talked about, what did Lil' Kim do? They gave her time for not snitching. Remember he was talking about, you ever seen that stand up?
Oh, yeah,
goes,
yeah.
You can go to jail for not snitching? So, yeah, you pretty much get paid to be a tattletale nowadays.
Now if any of our fans out there are in middle management or are they managers, or I apologize for my take. I just went on a little bit of rant. I know in corporate America there's uses for people that keep things going in an orderly fashion, and I understand that. I was just going on a little bit of a tangent. So. Yeah. No harm, no foul, huh? Still bros. Fist pump. There we go. Show me some love. Someone, I saw it on your list. Someone pissed in your backyard.
No, not mine. Okay, this is actually a really funny story. So,
you're like, not mine.
Nah, so this dude, we were at the last real estate meetup. This dude comes up to me, and he's like, "You're the Airbnb guy, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you know."
So you're known as the Airbnb guy.
We're known as, and then everyone always asks, "Where's Steve?" You know, so I was like, "Oh, he didn't make this one." Okay. So he's like, "Okay, I had a question for you." I'm thinking it's going to be about Airbnb. It was kind of about Airbnb. He's like, "Hey, I have these neighbors, man, and this dude's written out his whole house." He goes, "Yeah, man, he rented out these people. They party, throw parties. We tried to get rid of them and all this." He goes, "The other day I just was fed up, man. I come home, some teenager's just drunk pissing in my yard." So I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, man, he's just sitting there, pulls out his junk, pissing in my yard." I'm like, "Okay."
Oh,
so he goes, "Do you have any ideas of how to shut it down?" I'm like, "I can give you ethical ways and I can give you unethical ways. And I can give you both." But like he kind of was like kind of timid about it. I'm like, "Look, if you want to shut them down, if you don't have an HOA, you're just going to have to get with your neighbors." And he goes, because his neighbor knocked on his door and was like, "Look, if we can form an HOA and get this guy out of here, let's do it." Because what they did at first was they knocked on his door and talked to him like, "Hey, man, your Airbnb guests, they're kind of rowdy, loud, throwing parties." He's like, "Oh, yeah, man, I'll fix it." And so he kept doing it, you know, so they kept texting him. And eventually the guy's making so much money, he just stopped responding to their text, right? So I was like, "Look, if you guys don't want to make a HOA, you're just going to have to make the guests uncomfortable. Like, hey, you can go over there, slash a few tires." You know, I'm just saying, man, if you want to truly get rid of these people, you know, if you don't want to slash tires, just make them feel uncomfortable. Like when they have parties, call the cops every time. What they're going to do is eventually start giving this guy bad reviews. I don't want to give people any ideas, but yeah, that's how you shut down an Airbnb. You just you have to make the guests uncomfortable, because if the guests are uncomfortable, they're going to make the host uncomfortable.
Or tell everybody in the neighborhood to find that dude's Airbnb online and rent out the Airbnb. Each take turn renting it out. Give him the worst freaking review possible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of money out your pocket, though.
How much is it? Well, just for one night. Rent it for one night. Maybe you'll all pull your money to get.
I think he's smart enough not to do that.
To rent to his neighbors?
No. Smart enough not to rent it out for one night, because I think he's renting it for like 2-3 nights
in a row.
Yeah. So his minimum, I'm saying, is his minimum stay might be 2 nights. So let's just say you come out of pocket $260, right?
Okay.
To rent this dude's pad, and then you start leaving him 1-star reviews.
Yeah. I don't know. I just came out. I don't know how much he's charging, so.
It has to be a pretty penny.
It was a pretty penny.
Yeah.
But I was thinking, if the whole neighborhood got together,
yeah,
and pulled their money together and just
they could make a little pot.
Yeah, make a little pot.
Everybody puts in $10-$20.
Yeah, and then someone rent it out.
Start leaving them bad reviews.
Start dogging them. You know, oh man, freaking roaches. Let me see that edit point right there, 6740. Okay.
But yeah,
I don't know. That's just a thought.
Yeah,
but now we're getting into Airbnb espionage. Oh, we should tackle that on the next show. You're taking it to a different place, man.
What?
You got competitors in your neighborhood, another Airbnb. Start throwing people out there to rent their spot. I didn't think of it to that point, but you brought up a good point doing that. Like, hey, yeah, we got some new Airbnb. Let's go take them out, you know? We'll save that for the next cast, I think.
Yeah, man, that's a good one.
We touched some good topics.
That's going to be the title of the podcast, Airbnb espionage.
Oh, man. Yeah, it was a good show, man.
Definitely.
It was good. I hadn't seen you in a couple weeks, so yeah, it's good.
Busy.
It's good. Hey, and the fans are like, "Well, what do you have a show every week? What do you mean?" Nah, we do what we got to do. All right.
Yeah.
We record a couple, lay back in the cut. So yeah, good show. Episode 20. We'll see y'all next week. We're gonna any closing thoughts that you want to bring up?
Nothing, man. Just hit us up 469-390-100. I think that is the right one. We've been getting texts on it, so let me make sure though. Yeah, it's free. Where's my number?
469.
Yeah, 469-390-100. Hit us up. Go to liveletthrive.com. Check us out on there. You can check out our rentals. Steve's rentals are coming up soon. We'll have those posted. Go to Facebook. Like us. Yeah, man, just hit us up. We're getting a lot of good feedback. Thank you, Shane MCC. I think you say your name, Shane Mick. I don't know how you say that, but he's been texting us, giving us feedback. Another guy, I got your name off Bigger Pockets. I'll shout you out next time. But yeah, thanks for the listeners, man. I've been really, really helpful.
Cool. Well, fun times, man.
Peace.
Peace out.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Live, Let, Thrive. Be sure to tune in next week for all the latest in the world of Airbnb and all that entails. Bye-bye.